Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. You like my sweatshirt? Lovely subscriber sent this to me. Thank you so much. I didn't get it in time to wear it over in the UK when I was there, but I got it now. Thank you so much. And I'm still thinking of a way to have a contest about a couple of my items, so details coming. Most recently, there's been some information that has come out about Prince Harry and his Netflix producing content that he's been working on. And there was a soldier, a paramedic, a lady who did some smuggling for Prince Harry. Her name was Yulia Peska. I'm sure I'm butchering the name, but it really comes down to a very serious matter. Harry and Meg they've put their own personal interest ahead of the things that could be pretty detrimental to other people, even their lives at stake. So this paramedic lady was a contestant in the Invictus Games, and she was involved as a contestant with archery. Her whole goal was to film things around the Invictus Games. Well, when the war broke out, she was approached, it looks like, by Prince Harry to capture some footage while over in the Ukraine. Now, there's different versions of this story going around, and some reporters have put some spin on it and saying that the circumstances around her filming this content was different than what was reported. The idea is basically the same. Harry has been behind this. He's behind this footage being filmed, and his whole goal was to get some content filmed for his Netflix program. You look down on what is actually happening. Essentially, Harry has put the royal family's lives in danger. And I know some of you are saying that's really far-fetched, but when you look at it from a perspective of someone like Putin and what has actually happened, and considering what he has said, should there be a World War III, that he is going to bomb, what do you think he said? He wants to bomb the city, London. Now, that right there tells you a lot. That tells you that Putin has got something with the country, England, that he is just not happy about. And I know there's been issues around there's several spies that have been killed over in England with polonium, investigations around the polonium. Some of the Russian high ambassadors or high ups within the Russian government have been killed over in England. There's been certain things going on within the government that have really made Putin upset, and he has his eye on England for some reason. So just the fact that there are these tensions and these issues would give you cause to don't do anything that could put your country in danger. And we know spying is a very serious thing, especially with Russia. I mean, they are very good at it, right? Because that's the one thing that they know people, if they are caught doing that, it's an offense that's very great. So what he has done essentially is this woman, Yulia, while she was over there, she's a paramedic, given some equipment by Netflix. And what it was a camera that she had over her head. And you know how a lot of paramedics, they wear this headgear for lights to help them see better. Well, she had her camera within this headpiece, and it looked like a light, but it didn't look like an actual camera. So she was filming all of this content, and at some point she got captured. And she was able to put the disc, the SD card, in a tampon and conceal it within this tampon. Now look, I don't know the actual details of how it was concealed, but it was concealed. And getting out of Russia was very difficult. Apparently she had to go through, I think it was around 15 checkpoints. There was a prison swap, and she managed to get out of Russia. Now, some of the Putin henchmen are apparently furious that she was let go. Of course, there were people, her family, they were pleading for her to be released when she was captured. It was a big deal. She got released, and now all is good. But considering what is going on with the prior tensions around Putin and his not being quite happy about things that are going on in England, and now to hear about this prisoner who was captured, guess was not supposed to have been released, but was released, and now she's got all this footage from the war. We don't know what footage she has. This footage now is going to be put into some content for Netflix at some point. And the Russians are not happy about it. What do you think this does for the royal family, considering Harry is a member of the British royal family, and he is able to have his name attached to war content that has been smuggled out of Russia? They may be happy now, but what do you think this does for the tensions around what has happened and what is yet to be filmed on screens all around the world? The other thing was all the people that were with this lady. If they were caught while still in Russia with this content, what would have happened to the people that were with her? Do you see the seriousness of how this could have turned into something horrific? People's lives literally were put in danger. And you look at what Meghan has just done with going to visit this memorial of these dead children in Texas, and how they're profiting off of very traumatic events. When does it become something that they won't do for $1? It's really unbelievable. Because while Harry is no longer connected to the royal family, he's still connected to the royal family. And his actions and the things that he does is a direct representation of the royal family, because yet he is still on the website of the royal family, the British royal monarchy. So how is it that he can be this wanderer off in America and La La Land doing whatever it is that he wants, things to support his agenda, but yet his actions are still reflective of the British monarchy? And Meg's, on top of that, is putting herself in a position where she is gauging into politics as a foreigner with a title in America. How was it that you were able to start meshing your title in America with a foreign title, which is clearly against the law in America? You can't, there are just things you cannot do when you have a foreign title and be involved in politics in America. You're not allowed to do that. So like, at what point do they take the things that they do seriously to say, okay, we should not do that? It just keeps going and going and going. And it will never really come to an end, to stop for them, because they need to make the money. And they're going to get the money by any means necessary. And it doesn't really matter if other people's lives are at stake. If they have to exploit something, they're going to do it. They do not care. They are at a point now where they need to be stopped. And coddling this couple and not putting your foot down for the things that they are doing, making them accountable for their actions, is a big mistake. Big. Because in translation, it can get lost. And the translation between what Harry has done over here in this war with this footage can now be interpreted. It may not be the actual fact, but it could be interpreted as if he was spying for another country. And now that footage is going to wind up in a production. It is so unbelievably tragic, but yet these things have happened in the past. I mean, it's almost like I don't even really want to say it because it's so just horrific. But this is the seriousness of it. This is how serious it is what Harry is doing and Meg's. Like, what they are involved in is reflective of a bigger picture, that they don't care about that picture. They care about what is happening in their own little world, and be gone with those minions and people who could indirectly be affected by their actions, because those things don't matter to them. Other people's children can be exploited, lives in danger, other countries' people. They do not care, because they are on a mission to make whatever it is that they're trying to make over in America. And Be gone with anyone else trying to have any kind of influence on them to do the right thing, because it doesn't matter. The selfishness, the ego, the entitlement is off the charts, and it's at a point now where it is very dangerous. Do you think the actions and consequences of what Harry has done with this footage has a consequence to anything? Do you think since the young lady is free and no longer captured, all is okay? What about Harry taking his butt over to the Ukraine and fighting and getting his own footage? Not only that, why even get the footage? There are people over there reporting on this war that they can get that footage. I mean, they could have gotten it a much less dangerous way. Like, this did not have to happen. Thank God nothing bad came out of this woman doing this at the time. And let's hope that nothing will happen beyond this point. The things that are happening in this war, people are being killed, children are traumatized, their lives are turned upside down. And it is not a game, and it's not a play war. It is a very real war where real horrible things are happening. And to try to get some footage to help empower you with your project is beyond sickening to me. At this point, I think that they really need to be exiled. They need to be cut off so the whole world can see. Because at this point, they are still, in the eyes of a lot of people, still really a part of the royal family. And I know from the things that we've seen at the Jubilee, how, they didn't have a part in that. They left early. We know there's some tension between the families, but is the divide really there to disassociate them from the rest of the family? It's hard to tell. So at this point, I don't know. I'm just looking at what happened. I'm looking at why this had to happen in terms of getting something to further your production was a stupid thing to do, because it endangered a lot of people's lives. And I think it could have repercussions beyond the fact that this woman is now back. It could still hold serious repercussions. When do you become smart enough to think, I'm not going to take it there? I'm not going to go there. When does that happen for this couple? Because it seems like they always go there.